driving school. If you're looking at this video, it's because I sent it to you in a link, because you now have your temporary license. Great! Congratulations for passing the test. And this lesson, it's going to be your first in-car lesson that you're going to do with your parents. And it's a steering lesson. It's one of the biggest things that that we need to do is be able to control a car 100% of the time when we're doing in-car instruction and we're driving. So, I just want to explain to you, it's a lot of the technique that I have with kids that get in the car and they do the hand-to-hand technique. I personally think this is terrible steering. Okay, so and the reason I think it's terrible steering is because you're handling the steering wheel so many times. Or what happens is to make a left turn, you're changing your hands on the steering wheel. You're changing your hand positions on the steering wheel. So you're going like this to make the turn or whatever. Okay, so, and the reason I don't like that is because the control of your car, there's too many hand movements on the steering wheel to control a car properly. Now, the correct way is the two-hand movement that I like to teach all my kids, all my students. And what that is, it's the clock movement, 12, 6, 9, and 3. And if you're going to turn the car to the right, you first handle the car with your left hand to the 3 o'clock position. Put your hand directly over that hand and steer down to the 6 o'clock position. And then you steer all the way back to the 9 o'clock position and reposition your hands on the steering wheel. If you're going to steer the car to the left, you're going to start with your right hand, you're going to steer to the 9 o'clock position, reach over the top and steer down to the 6 o'clock position. And then you're going to steer all the way back to the 3 o'clock position till your wheels are back straight. Okay? And the reason I teach this is because you're in control of the steering wheel 3/4, 12, 6, 9, 3. So if you're going to start and turn to the right, you start with your left hand and you've got 1/2 of the steering, you're in control of the car 1/2 of the steering wheel. Okay? 1/2 of the steering wheel. And then you take your other hand, your right hand, and you're in control of 1/4 of the steering wheel. So in two hand movements, you're in control of 3/4 of the steering wheel with one steer. And it's vice versa for the other side. If you're going to the left, right, you steer all the way over here, you take over with the other hand, and now this is the section that you don't do. And then your other hand is a guide hand. So you change power, you change control of the steering wheel with your hands. Right hand's in control, left hand takes over. Now the left hand's in control, now your right hand's a guide hand. And then it's vice versa and you turn back. Okay. Seatbelt on. Your mirrors are adjusted properly. Looks good. You're in control of the car. We're going to put the car in drive and we're going to do the hand over hand technique for driving. Accelerate. Check your rear mirror, who's behind you. Read this just a little bit. Right blinker, rear mirror, side mirror, right shoulder, checking your blind spot, and you're going to steer with your left hand, grab with your right, down to 6 with your right hand. Now your right hand's in control of the car, and you're steering back. Check your rear mirror, left blinker, rear mirror, side mirror, left shoulder, check your blind spot. Now you're going to steer with your right hand over the top, 9 o'clock position, steer down to 6. And completing the turn, and we're steering back. Back hands at back 9 and 3. Car's going straight, check your rear mirror, left blinker, rear mirror, side mirror, left shoulder. Steer with your right hand over the top and down to 6 if we need it, and steer back. Check your rear mirror. Now, with that guide hand that's in control, you can open and close the steer. Let's say you go too tight. Or too tight, you can open it back up until you get back to that 3 o'clock position and then bring the hands back down to change control of your hand of the steering wheel. So and if you go too wide, then you can start your turn a little early. You can grab as long as you get to the 3 o'clock position, if you're too wide, right? And if you want to open it up, you can open it up and tighten it back up, and open it back up and back out to 3 and 9. All right, this is the Class D skills test. The MV3544. This is the exact same form the driver at the DMV office will hold when he gives you the driving test. And I've got it marked here. 34 times on the Class D skills test is called traffic check. 16 times just in this general area on your intersections. 4 left, 4 right, 4 left, 4 right on your intersections, and I've got it highlighted everywhere. And what that traffic check is that is your blinker and checking over your shoulders, your blind spot. That's your traffic check, is checking over your shoulders, your blind spot. And look how many prevalent it is. It's here everywhere in every skill. It's a big thing that you need to learn. Plus, on the skills test, the wide turn, the backing, and the roadside stop and start, in the 5 point area, it's blind spot, look back, blind spot, look back, blind spot, look back. So it's important when you pull away from these positions that you look over your left shoulder to get the car back in the traffic. It's huge. We want to stay away from the 5-pointers. Okay? 34 times is the traffic check, 25 points is a fail, 0 points is a perfect score. And that's the most important thing that I want you to learn before you get in the car is this traffic check. It's the biggest part of this test that we need to conquer. And I'll show you all the rest when I get you in the car. All right? Looking forward to it. Read your emails. CW Driving School communicates to an automated email system for driving times. When you book, call me, and we'll look at my calendar. We'll look at your calendar. We'll discuss when we can drive, when you can't drive, or whatever. And then I will book you, and then you'll get an automated email response to your account email with your appointments tab. And you can also go into your CW Driving School account, and you can look at your appointments tab to remind you. And there'll be a notes box in there. I'll tell you where we're going to pick up, where we're going to drop off, or whatever we need to know. We'll put a reminder in there. And also, I do as a courtesy, I want all my students to text me and be in communication with me, because I will send the day of driving, or maybe the night before, depending on what time it is. If it's early in the morning, I might set it the night before. I'll send you a text message and remind you, hey, we got a driving appointment at such and such a time. Okay? Get out, get as much experience as possible, be well, and be a student of the game. Thank you.